Hey, Nicole here, your storytelling songbird. Happy 4th of July to y'all. I went yesterday to our local 4th of July rodeo, had a great time with some friends, and then this morning I just went for a little prayer hike behind my house and having some tea on the front porch now. And I was actually reading in the book of Second Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 3:17 caught me. It says, now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. How timely is that? It made me think of a fella named Viktor Frankel. Have you guys heard of Viktor Frankel? He was a Holocaust survivor, but more than that, he was a psychiatrist that is known for something called logotherapy, which is the practice essentially of finding meaning in everything, in the everyday, in the ups and downs and the good and the bad. And I'd say a guy who survived the Holocaust is definitely has the authority to speak on that. And when Victor, he wrote many books, and he would travel around speaking about logotherapy. And when he would come to the United States, he would often tell his American audiences that he thinks that the Statue of Liberty on the East Coast should be supplemented by a Statue of Responsibility on the West Coast. And I think that is more true than we could possibly even know. And so I found myself thinking this 4th of July about some foundational principles that have been monumental in my life that I wanted to share with you guys. The first one is govern yourself before you ever dare to govern anybody else. And so this means taking radical responsibility for the journey of my soul. This means never blame shifting. This means not touching victimhood with a 10-foot pole, which in our culture, good luck, because victimhood has become like a badge of honor. And the second thing is love others' liberty as much as or more than your own influence. And in this influencer culture that we live in, where we talk just to hear the sound of our own voice, and where we are declaring our opinions and we are demanding our rights, and seems like we're all building this Tower of Babel platform so that we can crawl up on and stand on it, for our voice to be heard. I look around and I go, I don't even think we're all speaking the same language anymore. And that's the funny thing about words. Words are containers with labels on them, and then we put our meaning inside of them. We can sit across the table from someone, and we can both be living in completely different realities, that we have these containers with the same labels on them, and we think we're speaking the same language, but we are not understanding each other at all. And so I'm thinking about this word liberty. What does liberty even mean? And in its simplest form, it's this emancipation from bondage and true freedom. But the question then is, freedom to do what exactly? And as I was just sitting here staring off into the mountains behind me, it occurred to me that there's a big difference here. There is the liberty of excess, which you may call libertinism. It's this attitude of, you know what? I can do whatever I want, with whoever I want, whenever I want, wherever I want. And I don't think that's what this passage is talking about. And it occurred to me that we have not the liberty of excess, but the liberty of access. That we have access to the Father through the Holy Spirit because of the Son. And I'm thinking about this, 4th of July holiday, that there are many sons and daughters who have died, who have given up their lives so that we can experience the luxury, the comfort, and the safety that seems to have led to this liberty of excess that so many of us are luxuriating in our culture. But that it's the death of the one and only Son of God that actually invites me to something much greater, to the liberty of access, the ability to experience the love of God and direct access to the Father. Like, wow. And so I this can get a little philosophical, and I try to stay pretty grounded and to bring the philosophical musings that are so fun to have and tether and tie them to my shoelaces, the shoelaces of the boots that I have to walk around in every day. And so I'm like, okay, so what does this look like in our daily lives? And I think these principles are going to look different for each person. And that's what one-on-one soul care sessions, help. That it's sometimes called spiritual direction, right? So this is the idea that these are directed by the Holy Spirit to point us and lead us to where our help comes from, to Jesus, the one who gives us access to the Father of all goodness and truth and guidance and love and acceptance and belonging and all the other things that our heart and soul are really longing for. So basically, these have been so helpful to me that I just wanted to remember together here with you today, and recommit myself to taking radical, proactive responsibility for the journey of my soul, and to remember to love others' liberty more than my own influence so that I do not become what I hate. So I just want to say to you guys today, happy Liberty of Access Day, and God bless you on the journey of your soul.